All right, so I want to talk about Final Fantasy, of course, because that's what everyone's talking about in the world right now. But I want to talk about it for a different reason. Now, today is the 17th of June. Final Fantasy is officially released a few days ago, and over the weekend we did see a little bit of a dip in price for some of the boxes, but now, of course, we're already on the way back up, which is expected. I think we all knew that Final Fantasy was going to be a phenomenal set. It was going to be a home run, and after opening some, it really is phenomenal. I haven't opened an incredible lot of Final Fantasy, maybe like 6 or 7 play booster boxes at this point, maybe like 15, 20 collector boxes. So some, but not like an incredible amount. But I've got a feel for the set, and I cannot say anything bad about it. I think it's phenomenal. I think the thing people hate the most is the price point right now, and which I get it. It totally makes sense because it's like double, triple what a regular product is. I understand it, but it's a premium product, so it's going to cost a little bit more money. Just how it is. I think that there's a screaming opportunity with Final Fantasy right now, and no, it's not in the bundles, no, it's not in the play boosters, no, it's not the collector boosters. Although collector boosters, I think, are a ridiculously huge opportunity, even at $840 a box. But that's not what I exactly want to talk about. Omegas. I've made videos before in the past about Omega boxes. You guys know how I feel about Omega boxes. I absolutely love them. So for those that don't know, I have a video dedicated just to Omega boxes, but this is one collector pack of Final Fantasy, just one pack in this huge retail case. You know, thanks Wizards for all that packaging. But I think there's a huge opportunity in Final Fantasy Omegas, and the reason being is that the packs are completely randomized. So the good thing about Omega packs, which I like, is that any Omega pack can be anything. That's a good part about it. So the way I like to look at it is if you look at going back to specifically 2 sets I'm going to talk about. So Lord of the Rings Special Edition, Fallout, Universes Beyond sets, special Fallout. Those Omega packs do have a massive premium compared to the other packs. Reason being is because if you have a box, say, like I have 1 box left of Final Fantasy Special Edition. We cracked this open. I think we're about 5 packs into it. We have not pulled anything crazy out of it, so I'm hoping there is something good. But let's say we pulled a serialized card out of there, or something really big chase card out of that box on my show. Chances are people are not going to want to go into it as much. The box kind of loses some of its value because you know the big card's been pulled already. You can pull 2 serialized cards in 1 box. It's possible. I know that for a fact because in Brothers War, a box I sold somebody sealed, they did pull 2 serialized cards out of it. And I trust that source, so I'm not too worried about that. So it's extremely rare, but it can happen. But a lot of times when you open a big hit in some of these boxes, especially some of the expensive boxes, the value of the box itself kind of goes down. Let's say I was doing my revised box, and the first 5 packs I sold all had dual lands. Well, there's probably 1 or 2 scenarios that's going to happen. One, it's a God box, and there's dual lands in every pack, or you probably hit all the dual lands. So the need to crack open those packs drops significantly. So you're going to have a tough time selling it. Now, again, I always go back to Omegas. I like them because basically off the assembly line, they put random packs off the assembly line into these big boxes. They can't be mapped, they can't be tracked or anything like that. So any 1 pack could be something crazy. Technically speaking, you could have 77 of these and pull all 77 serialized cards. Probably not going to happen, but technically speaking, that's possible. That's why I like Omegas. They carry a premium because it's totally randomized. You can't map them whatsoever. So going back to this Lord of the Rings Special Edition, I know those boxes are between $1,700, $1,800 a box right now. So the packs are what, like $150, $180 in the range for those packs. The Omegas at the peak were around $300 in Omega. They were at the peak about $300. They dropped to I think around like the $230 mark, maybe $250, give or take. But it shows there is a good premium, like a 30% premium or more for those Omega packs because you can't map them. I mean, any one could be anything. That's why I really like them. And same with Fallout. Those ones, I think the Omegas right now are like 115, 120 in that range somewhere, and the packs are about 100. So there's like a 10, 20, 30% premium for those Omega packs, which I agree with because, again, they're not mappable. So why I think they're the biggest opportunity right now is basically because of the cost of the Omega boxes versus the cost of the overall box. So right now on the open market, a Final Fantasy collector box is around $840 plus tax, call it $900, give or take. If you're paying tax, that's fine. What I'm seeing right now in the open market shipped for Omegas is about $75 a piece. Right now, they're bouncing between $70 and $80 for a little while the past week. I've been scooping some up, but right now you can find them about $75, $77 a pack. So at $75 a pack times 12, that's $900. So essentially, the Omega packs right now are the same price as regular packs if you're buying a whole box. So that's why I think it's a huge opportunity. Same price, basically, a little tiny bit more, but not much. But I think long term, they'll have a really nice premium compared to the regular packs. Also, there's a good opportunity there for people that don't want to or can't buy an entire box of Final Fantasy. You can buy a couple of Omegas, put those on the shelf. They look great on the shelf, and hold those for a long term, and they should go up in value. Or just crack them for the the chance at pulling something cool. But I think that the entry point, be able to buy one pack, which is a loose pack, but unmappable and all that, is a huge opportunity for people that can't buy the whole boxes. I'm still buying whole boxes for myself to keep sealed. I will be buying Omegas for myself. Over the past week, I've started to accumulate Omega boxes. I like them personally. I knew they were good with the other sets, but I don't really hold sealed for long term anymore. But Final Fantasy is a different story. This is like, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so for me personally, in my own collection, I'll be holding some. So I will be holding some Omegas. I'm starting to scoop some up. I saw over the past week, since release on TCG Player, the Omegas have gone on TCG Player from like 80 to 115 in a couple of days. So they're already going higher up on there than they have the premium set up on TCG Player. On eBay, though, there's an opportunity. There's a lot of them available. By the time this video goes live anyways, I'm sure I'll have accumulated my position that I like. And there's hopefully some more available for people, but I'm daily grabbing a couple Omegas here, a couple there. I think it's a good opportunity. Again, a great entry point because you don't have to buy a full box. So yeah, collector boxes, collector Omegas, Final Fantasy, it's just a home run.